Look at all these leaves. What are we going to do? Let me show you. I wanted to give you a few things to keep in mind before you decide on what you're going to do with your leaves. Number one, people will put them in their gardens and just work it into the soil. That's not so great an idea. Why? Well, as leaves break down, they attract fungi, and the fungi actually decomposes the leaves. That sounds all great, but fungi feed on the nitrogen from the leaves. So when you mix the leaves in with your soil, it actually produces an environment that is high in carbon because the fungi is stealing all of that nitrogen. Cause an imbalance in the garden. So one suggestion is don't throw it in your garden and mix it in with the soil. It may not show up right away, but eventually, if you don't amend that soil properly and you just have the leaves in there, it will create that imbalance. So how many of us have just taken layers of leaves and just put them in the gardens? Just laid them out. That's great. Concept of mulching, good idea, but think about it. If you don't break down the leaves, if you don't shred them or chop them up, they will actually form a layer of, it will be mulch, but it won't let the rain or any nutrients to your plants. Yes, in the wintertime, it'll keep them warm, but in the springtime when they need water to start, growing, it might prevent your plants from growing. So just keep that in mind. Hey everyone, this is Laura. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, hit that notification bell, but most important, share this information with others. So now we know what not to do, like work your leaves into your garden, like use them as a mulch, where they become a mat and prevent water from getting to your plants. Let's take a look at what you can do with leaves. The first thing that you can do with your leaves is you can basically mulch them with the lawnmower and the grass, and you can use that combination and you can put it around your plants as a mulch. Now, I don't work my leaf mulch into my shredded leaves into my gardens still, but it provides a really good insulation for my garlic beds. So let me show you. This is what we get after we shred the leaves with the grass. And as you can see, this is really good. It's all chopped up. And this will allow the water through to get to my plants, but also provide some insulation and keep the weeds down in the wintertime. Here is one of my garlic gardens, and as you can see, they're popping up. They are all confused because of the weather. But I am going to put my shredded leaves and my grass down in order to insulate them, because I'm sure the weather eventually, we're supposed to get cooler temperatures coming up here in the next couple of days. And then I just basically spread it out. Probably about the depth of this, so probably about 2 inches, maybe 2 to 3 inches. And I just let it set on top. here is what it looks like. It's very light and fluffy. That will, of course, go down when it rains. But that's basically what I do with the grass and the shredded leaves. And then in the springtime, I will remove that and place them in an area where they can continue to decompose. But I don't use this in my gardens other than keeping this insulated for the winter time. So the next method that we can do to create leaf mold compost is to put the leaves in a garbage bag, and I usually use a 30-gallon garbage bag, poke holes in it, wet it down, tie it up, and then just set it in an area that doesn't get a lot of sun. Check this out. So here is a 30-gallon garbage bag filled to the top with leaves. And the next thing I will do is add some water to moisten it. So I've added an entire gallon of water to this bag, and now I'm going to tie it up, and then I'm going to poke holes in it. Now I can feel the water in there, and all I'm going to do is poke holes in. As you can see, it's kind of all over the place. And there you can see the water is coming out. And that's fine. That's what I want. Because all I'm concerned about is making sure that this bag is, everything is kind of moist. The moisture is going to attract the fungi that will break down the leaves. So the next thing I'm going to do is just basically set this in a shaded area and let it sit for probably about a year. And we'll see. I'm going to pull it out. I'm hoping by this time next year I will have compost.